Hello, everybody. Welcome back to season 3 of the Hot Combs and Popcorn podcast movie series, The Box Office. For those who don't know, my name is Bobby.
My name is Danielle.
And my name is Bree.
And one of the things we like to do here on this series is review movies and Black culture that we should have seen by now, but we just haven't. And at the end, after we discuss our thoughts and feelings as Zillennials, we'll be rating these movies on a scale from 1 to 5 Hot Combs. And today, we are reviewing Bebe's Kids, written by Reginald Hudlin, directed by Bruce W. Smith, starring Faison Love, Nell Carter, Myra J., Vanessa Bell Calloway, Tone Loc, Wayne Collins, Janelle Green, and Marcus Houston. Bebe's Kids had a release date of July 31st, 1992, is rated PG-13, and has a runtime of 1 hour and 13 minutes. And so, what is Bebe's Kids about, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. So this is a depiction of a calamitous first date. Robin Harris, aka Faison Love, hits it off with the gorgeous Jamaica, whom he meets at her boss's funeral. On the ride back, Harris is introduced to her well-behaved son, Leon, and asks if he wants to go with him to the amusement park the next day. Harris accepts and arrives to find 3 more children joining them. Jamaica is watching her friend Bebe's Kids, which is the beginning of all of Harris's problems. So, you guys know what we came here to do. What are our thoughts, general first thoughts on Bebe's Kids?
It was like watching the PG-13 version of the Proud Family. Shenanigans, music. It was a bit of a musical,
Yeah.
that's different. Had some recognizable voices in there. This really felt like somebody's passion project. They got money, and I love that for them.
hmm Um, yeah, yeah. I would agree that it does remind me of the Proud Family. Initial thoughts, I see the vision. I see the vision. And it just didn't hold my attention all that much. Bebe got some bad kids, that is true. And I know some people that got kids like Bebe's kids. So I get it. And it was funny at moments. It was just a lot and also nothing going on at the same time. So yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
that's a
agree.
good way to put it. A whole lot of nothing.
Correct.
However, still generally entertaining. Like, I I feel very split on this one because in the first 5 minutes I thought about the Blue Sisters from the Proud Family. I was like, oh, that's inspo right there. Clearly they watched this movie while designing their characters. Um, and then, I had a little hee hee ha ha. I checked my phone a couple times, started a crossword puzzle. Another hee hee ha ha, maybe scrolled for a couple minutes. And then boom, it was over. Just like that. I was like, okay. I feel torn. So I don't have that many notes. I have a few. Danielle, you have like 4. How
I have
many?
one.
Okay, you have 1. Bree, how many do you have? Okay, great. So let's just get into it. So let's just start with Bebe, who is not never seen.
Never seen.
You know, I can say we all know of a baby, or at least grew up with one. We all know some baby kids. This, felt very much like Black Rite of Passage type movie. Like it's just a movie that you got to see to say you watched it, but you don't really have to remember any core details about it. No one's gonna quiz you on Baby's Kids. If you do, you spend a little bit less time watching Baby's Kids. Um, you know, like I said, I think we all know what Bebe's Kids. I feel like this is a very like only Black people should watch this movie. Does that make sense?
Yes, because this is very like
Like the
it's
humor
giving
is for us
Archetype.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
It's
if you
giving
should not enjoy this movie, I don't know, maybe not, because no, you can enjoy Boondocks and not be Black. I feel like you really should not enjoy this movie if you not. And the only reason why I say it is because like a lot of the stereotypes are stereotypes that we laugh at, but you can't laugh at. You
don't laugh.
know, like
It,
we
it'll
can
be
be
the same. You know, did you guys see American Fiction in theaters?
No, I still haven't seen
It's
it.
not in theaters. I've seen it. That's with
Damn.
old dude, right, from Westworld.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because American Fiction, I saw that in theaters, and there were a lot of white people laughing at that police brutality joke. You know, they were laughing at some of those jokes that was reserved just for the Black folks, and it was making me a little bit uncomfortable.
Mm.
Baby's Kids gives me that same.
I can see how that happened with
I was
American
like,
Fiction.
I'm looking around the theater like,
I
what's the
mean,
problem?
but also the whole point of that movie was that our stories get told in a way for white people to digest it. And the more ghetto it is, and the more stereotypical it is, the more accepted it is by white audiences.
Mhm.
So the white audience was kind of proving the movie's point. They
Yes, it
probably
was
didn't
pissing me off.
realize, but it's a satire. It's a satire of all of the Boys in the Hoods movies we've seen, and the reason why it's so for that to be said, Bebe's Kids should not. I guess maybe if you are another person of color, but honestly, I'm just not even gonna get into that usage of word right now. I'm just gonna safely say I feel like this is very funny for like a 50-year-old Black man. This feels like this movie was made for 50-year-old Black men. How else can I say that without saying it? I don't know, but it's very much boy humor. It's very much stuff that Black men laugh about with Black women. It's very clear that the two women in it, is somewhat loosely based off of BAPS and how they acted. You know, it feels like a very inside joke type of movie, but it could also just be running on TV as a Christmas special, and you would just be like, "Oh, okay, Baby's Kids is on," or like Thanksgiving, which is when this is going to be coming out. You know, I could see BET putting on Baby's Kids, and you be like, "Hey, put Baby's Kids on," and then you go cook.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that you brought up, sorry, the 50-year-old Black man, because I just looked it up. Reginald Hudlin, the writer of this movie, is a 62-year-old Black man right now. So,
I mean, Faison is the voice, so I don't know what other like proof that you needed, but also it's like an adult comedy for Black men. Now I don't know what that says about themselves. That's something you got to take to therapy. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if they understand what this says about them more than it says about the women in it. But that ain't my business. How, if you laugh at you low key being made fun of, women have had to do it for years. So this whole movie has just become a nice little mix of that for sure.
Mm-hmm. But wasn't this based off of the comedy show? Like the whole movie?
mhm.
Again, I don't know what it says about them. I don't know what they take from it. But I mean, even if it wasn't based off of a comedy show, I don't really feel like this needed to be a comedy show, because like you don't need to see Bebe's Kids to know what a Bebe Kid is. Um, it's a very particular type of Black child, to say it nicely. And I mean, of course, we all saw the scene where they went home and it was cockroaches and stuff like that, and it was very sad and all that. But also, them kids was bad as hell.
Fair.
Also, comma, I understand they did not get a chance to be a child at home, but that grown ass baby needs to be strapped down in the stroller somewhere. Like,
Ah, the baby
okay,
made me laugh. I'm not even gonna
the
lie.
baby, you know what it was giving? It was giving when one of the twins started talking and they sounded like a grown man. Like, that's what
No,
I'm trying to
I was just about to say
say.
that. I think it was in the Proud Family movie though. He's like,
Yep.
"That's so
Yeah.
creepy." Or like, And
Yes.
this grown man. Yes.
I was like, so this is the Proud Family. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
The Proud Family literally said copy paste, but let's make them high school.
And they said and Disney and copy paste Disney
Yeah,
and we can sell it. And
yeah,
honestly,
make it
like
rated B.
Yeah.
okay. When I was paying attention to the movie, like really, really paying attention, it was very cute. It was kind of giving me like Scooby-Doo shenanigans. Like when they went into the back and they found the animatronics and stuff like that. Like there are parts of this movie where it really is good for kids to watch because it's just a bunch of stuff happening. Like it very much felt like something of that nature. But again, the jokes and things obviously don't age well because most stuff like that don't. But also like main character was kind of giving like low down scrubby, if you will. Like I know they were trying to make it seem like his ex-wife was like this ghetto fabulous girl, but also you was married to her, and I don't really think you any better than her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you're arguing with her right now, so
Also, you're still lying. Now, what her and her friend did, definitely shenanigans. And honestly, shenanigans that would happen today.
I still love you.
I was
She
Girl,
was
just
like, you know what, guess what, girl? You know what that was, girl? He still love you. I said, and I love the toxicity.
that was funny. That was funny.
She said, girl, that I did laugh. I said, girl, girl.
Like
She said, and
I
you
was
know
like, you
what?
know what? Maybe that's the type of delusion I'd be saying to people. Like, girl.
yeah, because that is like the toxic best friend at its best. You
Mhm.
know, it's the
It was.
definition of supporting women's rights and wrongs.
Right.
That's it.
And honestly, why not? At
Sometimes
this
you need,
point, let's all be toxic.
You know, hey, why not?
now when they were rowing down the river, the little love
Hilarious.
river.
Uh,
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
First of
yeah,
all,
that was
she
good.
used her friend as the boat. I was
Oh my
like,
God. Her feet were on the titties. I said, I am a childish 12-year-old boy. That is hilarious. Like, it was so stupid. It was so funny. And she
oh
was
my,
buoyant. And again, I know
That
they made, and again,
was fucked up.
they made the bigger girl the boat because she's bigger,
Yep.
because they think she can float more than the other person, which is not how that works. But you know, it was from a man's perspective, and honestly, what else could you expect?
A
yeah.
man in the early 90s at that. They had the bigger girl, also the unattractive dark skinned girl with the blonde hair. The Dijonay inspo,
Very much. Again,
no
copy
doubt.
paste.
The
It
super
was
loud,
giving
ghetto,
back.
loud one, like
Mm-hmm.
It was giving backs, and honestly, like I just think it's so funny that like guys, especially back then, blamed the women's gripe with them on the women. Like, okay, you talking all this, but she was acting like that when you married her, guaranteed. So, what does that say about you? Personally, I felt like he was a bugaboo. Trying to pick up somebody at a funeral. It's
crazy.
it's a 0 out of 10 feeling to feel something. I felt something similar of that. And although my situation was completely the opposite, it is not a good feeling to be actually like praying or mourning for someone. And here comes some random nigga trying to holler at you. Like, have some couth for real. Like, have some
Mm-hmm.
couth. Um, Also, she just kind of like was like, well, I'm gonna just let you get in my car. And I was like, and that's where you've gone wrong.
Right. I was like, that's your first
Well, yes.
some random man. First of all, it was wrong from the beginning because he said, "Can I give you a ride?" And she said, "No, I got my own car." He's like, "Okay, good. Can I get a ride?" And I'm like,
Again,
"You gave
I
giving
it."
laughed a little.
giving
I
someone
did.
needs to knock you down another inch, smaller than you already are. Okay, because you clearly think you are a prize when you sound loud, you sound like you want what you want when you want it. Like The fact that it literally felt like watching the adult version, the non-Disney Channel version of the Proud Family, because it felt like
Yeah.
she was the mom. It
Truly.
felt like Penny was the son.
Mhm.
It felt like the three kids was the bad twins. It
Mhm.
felt like the guy was Oscar trying to get the mom.
Yes. Zoe, the white girl, was the posse.
It was the posse. That was also funny. But
Mhm.
and then let's see, Dejanay
La
was old
Cienega.
girl.
La
Yeah,
Cienega
yeah,
was
yeah. Other girls, La Cienega. Like it was really giving like, I don't know. Them kids were bad as hell though. I'm not gonna lie. Them kids were bad as hell. They was,
what
They were
and
so bad.
they
how
were
y'all are
like
still in
not
the
misguided. Chasing people, bro. Chasing people through the store, bro. Like,
you're in a glass store at the top of the plates.
you're a
Like,
baby.
right. What are you doing? And then you on trial with the robots.
Oh yeah.
They said death.
And then
I
battle rapping your way out of it.
and you're running from the police. I feel like, you know what? This is the best way I can explain this movie. I felt like I was watching two different movies at the same time. I felt like I was watching the kids and I was watching the adults. Like, it felt like two different things happening at the same time. The kids' adventure could have been its own movie. The adults could not. Didn't hold up. Honestly, if it was just the kids, if this was just an adventure of the kids, would eat down. It
Mm.
was just the kids. Remove the guy, remove the mom, have the little boy as the main character, make him Penny proud, and then they all become friends. And I was like,
But also, I think what annoyed me in this movie was the negligence of the adults. Because what do you mean you're at an amusement park with children and a baby, an infant who was just walking around in a diaper and no shoes, and y'all are like, we're going on the love boat. Y'all have fun. What do you mean?
ditch them kids. They ditched them kids fully.
Quick.
And then had the nerve to be confused as to why the kids act like that.
Okay.
Like, it's because you're not watching them. Like the way that you were able to talk to Leon, you can talk just like that to all those other kids. And I'm sure do it enough, they will listen.
Hmm.
So,
They already not getting no supervision at home from Bebe.
right.
So
And Bebe was just not even there. We just never
Baby
even
didn't give
met
a
Bebe.
fuck.
Bebe,
Honestly,
Bebe,
though,
mm-mm.
Baby was talking
honestly
about a
though,
couple kids aren't gonna stop her from hitting the streets. She don't care.
She said, give him some food. And he said, where's the food? And they said
he
the pigs
said, "Oh,
don't come
sorry."
around anymore.
That was too bad.
I
Um,
also think. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I also think that this being from a male's perspective also painted Bebe as someone who like don't do nothing. Because there's a very strong chance Bebe was at work.
mhm.
Bebe was trying to like not lose her mind. Like I do love that like people put the like he brought the father up sometimes. He was like, I'm not their daddy. Okay, well then you know why they acting like that. You know, baby probably at work don't have like she clearly living in squalor for a reason.
Uh-huh.
Like I just think it's a little not hypothetical, so sorry. I think it's a little hypocritical for Bebe to be kind of just this parent, to be set up like this parent who don't care, because I do feel like a lot of men do that, and they set it up in the storytelling aspect where like the woman is not shit and she don't take care of her kid, but also they completely dismiss the guy. It comes to like, well, men. But like, no, Bebe didn't have these kids by herself. She taking care of three kids. Like the kids are clearly at a friend's house that she trusts that it stays safe over there. If she really didn't care about her kids, she would have left them in the house.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why I'm happy that Jamaica did give that speech to Robin towards the end. But while she was giving that speech, I was like, of course it's the woman that has to like break it down and explain it to me like I'm five, to that man Robin that didn't want to get it through his thick skull. Even after he saw the house, yeah, he felt a little bit bad, but not bad enough.
Right. And that's what I was like, I was low-key confused because I was like, oh, he's gonna like bring the kids with them. They're all gonna get in the car. Da, da, da. No, he left. He was like, okay, bye. Like,
Sorry, y'all
you're
don't
not
get
gonna...
no.
And he
But
saw,
also, like, go ahead.
oh no, I just said he saw the note too saying like they need to eat. And he was just like, okay, here's $10, figure it out.
He also like wasn't a father figure of any type. Like if that's your father figure, you're gonna be a fucked up child.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he gave like a little advice, but she was acting like this man just won an Oscar. Like she was like, "Oh, I see you're so good with him. Aren't we on day two? Like, didn't you just meet him at your boss's funeral, and now y'all are going out and you brought all these kids and like, what is he doing that's so pet? Is the bar that low?
And
Must have been.
And let us not forget, this entire movie is a story that he's telling to his friends. So, girl, he obviously, clearly, he be running his mouth too. And you didn't know that because once again, it's date two, and he telling everybody all your business, all of it. So now
Also,
what?
which doesn't, because at the end he's still telling the story, and then she pops up. So you telling this story in real life, like in real life of the movie. Why are we telling everybody A, and then B, why is she so hooked on this man? Like I just don't understand. Like you said, you met him a couple of days ago. He took your kids to an amusement park, didn't watch them, barely wanted to pay for their food, and then left. And then they're like, which also was stupid. Let's go to Vegas. Yeah, let's go to Vegas. And then he drives. I'm like, so we going across state borders with these children that aren't yours?
I did think it was a little funny that he tried to get the police's help, and the police was like, "Baby's kids, absolutely not." I was like, "That's
Yeah,
funny."
it was funny.
I'm yeah.
Well, do you guys have any other highlights, I guess?
um,
Or
I feel
questions?
like highlight is strong. Highlight is a strong.
Do you have any moments where you laughed? Oh, wait. I just thought of one. The Yo Mama jokes. I laughed. I did.
Those were
Listen.
good.
And you know what
Yes,
is so crazy? It clicked for me that did the Yo Mama jokes originate from Bebe's kids? Where are they from? Because the way that the quarterback one, both sides of the family, there were a couple that I had heard multiple times while I was in elementary school, and I was saying them to other people, like those exact same jokes. So I'm like, did this start here? Or is there something else that I'm missing? Because if it did start here, that would make sense. Because that was fucking funny.
Yeah.
well, according to some, they are saying that it started in 3500 BC. So I don't know if we're gonna get a real answer.
Oh,
Uh,
Babylonian joke. I see that on scripted.com.
I'm seeing maybe 1930s. I think obviously I don't think Bebe's kids really started it because people were doing that in real life anyway. Like people were
Oh, were
acting
they
like
okay?
that. Oh yeah. Your mom jokes were very real. There's even there's a song called Looking, hold on. Let me, is by Hot Styles, which I remember introducing Danielle and Janelle to.
Oh, you
It's called
did.
Looking Boy. It's called
Yeah.
Looking Boy. Just so you know, it's not a PC rap group, so don't listen to this and just take it back to the 1990s, early 2010s, and you will understand where it falls. And literally, like one of their jokes is "Yo mama so slow she can't cook minute rice." Like it's the whole song.
Okay, listen, the Yo Mama jokes are funny. Like
It's funny,
they're funny.
okay? Looking Boy, it's called Looking Boy, and the entire song is that. It's basically like Yo Mama jokes. Like, let's see. Let's see. I think they had some Bebe ones. Yep, your mom so she can't cook minute rice. That was crazy. Um, they did have a Raz-B joke that you
Didn't
know,
age
didn't age well. But
See, I've heard the name Razby, but I'm not 100% sure where this person is from.
that's okay. And we don't have to get into that on this
well. Yeah.
I think he was
on
on Love
this.
and Hip Hop or something, but I don't know.
We don't have to get into
Okay, that's
what the
fine.
joke was
Oh, what's
right now.
okay? Just put it in the chat.
Just put it in the chat. It's a little bit too much to explain.
Oh,
Just
oh,
know
okay.
that the joke in the song is no Chris, no Chris, no Raz B looking boy, which the song is not looking boy. It's uh, a different word, I think. But just know it's because Raz B and his group may most likely have experienced some sort of essay
Mm-hmm.
by their manager.
Razby. Oh, B2K. Okay, wait. Okay, this is Omarion.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
else? Oh, the one
And Raz.
wait, didn't Razby have a baby with Omarion's baby mama? Is that
Uh, I don't. I think so.
something?
Is
There's
Raspy
something.
the? No, no, that's not him. That's not him.
He's from Cleveland. Somehow Ohio always finds a way to me. I'm tired.
Yeah, just, just know some things happened with them children. Chris,
Fucked
I
up.
believe, is their manager. We shouldn't be talking about this. I'm not even gonna get into this. Just
Yeah.
know
Yeah, it
there are
doesn't even matter.
there are songs that literally are your mama jokes. Like the whole songs are your mama jokes. So they have I'm pretty sure they existed before then, but when he said she's so big, she on both sides family, that really got me.
That was
That
good.
really, I said, she,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, he got you. He got you
It's
with that one,
just
sis.
clever.
Yeah.
It was, and then the animation blew him up like a balloon. I said,
Oh my God.
Ah,
I hated
ah,
that so much. I was like,
ah.
what is
It's
this?
giving Rasputia. It's giving like I said, oh no. Oh no. And honestly, that's probably a joke that would kill on the streets today. Because these kids ain't watching Bebe's kids. They don't even know it exists. So that's probably a joke some kid could say, watch Bebe's kids and steal all of them, but they would get stole off. So it ain't really that safe to do your own jokes now. Kids can't handle jokes. they can't,
oh no.
they
It
don't
would be the
feel like that
biggest
no
problem.
more.
So
Yeah, they
you
don't feel like
assume that I have a family, and maybe what you shouldn't do is that, like you don't know where I
and
came
this
from.
is why it would not work because why are you explaining all that? Like, why are
Yeah.
you?
It's really
And this
insensitive.
is why we need to bring back bullying. This is why we need to bring back bullying. Because people feel too comfortable explaining yourself. Like,
Yeah, like
no.
If I start laughing like I just did at what you said, then I look like the bad guy. Like,
right. And they
But
would be dead
okay,
serious.
but let's be okay. We're not even going. We need to bring back bullying. Okay, if these kids was bullied, they probably bullied, and that's probably why they act like baby kids. No, I doubt that. They seem like the ones that would be bullying. But if
right.
they got bullied, they wouldn't be acting like that. But then they would really truly
It
have no
might
power.
still be
They would
acting like
probably truly have no power. They wouldn't have power at school. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, the baby on the street selling watches. So, I mean, he's
yeah.
just a bajillion.
At that point, they would just start bullying each other. That's what would
Indeed.
happen. Yeah. And then take it out on
Indeed.
Leon like they do. And okay, yeah, they were really mean to each other. It was making me sad. Also, why did the movie make them kiss? The kiss made me
Okay.
uncomfortable.
I felt a little uncomfy And maybe I
Yeah.
can't put into words why I felt uncomfy, but maybe I felt uncomfy about it because it seemed
Mhm.
It it was forced.
It was literally it was forced.
Like neither of them wanted to kiss each other, and they're like
it
12. It was
well, yes,
Well,
the consent wasn't 12 is strong. They're like 9-year olds.
he
oh,
was
even
older than,
worse.
because there was something in there where where one of them, I don't know which one of Bebe's kids said it, but they were like, oh, she can't wait for you to get older or something like that, talking to Leon. And I'm like,
Mm, I hate it.
I mean, I think maybe this is a movie of truths that shouldn't be made jokes, but Black people can't take nothing serious. So it doesn't surprise me that this happened. I
mm,
just, I feel like this movie wasn't, again, I feel like it was two different movies. Respectfully, I don't really feel like this movie was made for kids. So why adults need to see two animated kids kissing? I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, that is something that happens. People, I don't know if y'all experienced this. I don't know if I've necessarily experienced it. Probably witnessed, maybe experienced, but it is something that kids do where they would get two people together that think like each other and they were like, y'all got to kiss, y'all got to kiss. They're like, it is a real thing. It's a real
Oh
type of peer
yeah,
pressure that has been
I've heard of
experienced.
that.
I probably experienced it. I mean, as a child who knew no better, I probably participated in it. What can I say? I grew up on the south side of Chicago. It was things were normal that wasn't supposed to be normal. I just don't see why like it needed to be in there for adults. Like it felt like a very like kid thing. I feel like it took the childlikeness out of it. Like we just came out that rap song, which first of all, very cute, very fire. Okay. Little Marcus Houston, even though he's problematic now, sang his little rapped his
Hey,
little heart out. Mm-hmm. Bobby, I feel like we tell you every other day that he is not someone we talk about. I feel like we tell you this every other day.
is he a drummer?
Just look him up. Just Just look at it. Just look it up, Bobby.
At that point, that's as bad as it can get, if you ask me. But
Just,
hold on.
nah, I think it's a little worse. I'm not gonna
What?
lie.
Worse than that is
Yeah,
crazy.
just look it up. Look it up.
but it was cute because he sounded like he did when he was first on Sister Sister.
Yeah,
Like if
he
you
did.
don't think of the way he looks now, he sounded
Oh,
like Roger.
You see it? Yeah,
19 years. Age
yeah,
difference.
yeah. Well,
Well, okay, yeah.
I had one highlight, or not really a highlight. It's just a joke that I was like, hee hee. Um, when they were at the funeral and she would like they saw Jamaica for the first time, and I don't know which one. I don't know if it was Harris or who, but they were like, "She's so fine. She made me want to get a job with benefits," and I'm like,
I did. I saw that and I was like, I know that's right. I said, I know that's right. You
Yep.
better see a woman that you want to get your life together because you know you got to come to her correct, okay? Which
Okay.
apparently you don't. Which apparently you did not have to come to her correct. But I
Marla.
will say, it never fails that group of older Black men sitting around talking and joking. It never fails to not be funny.
Mhm.
It took me
Yeah.
straight back to Harlem Nights when it happened in Harlem Nights and they were like at the poker table cracking jokes on each other. Never
Mhm.
fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
And low key, like, even if the jokes are problematic, they're still a little funny. They're still just a
I
little
mean,
funny.
I think we would be lying. I think anyone would be lying to say that there are problematic jokes that are funny. Like I think a lot of that is comedy. So, and I think it also is the vessel. I think if like men nowadays said that, like if I saw a guy who said, "Ooh, she make me want to get a job with benefits," and he's my age, I'd be like,
Right.
I I actually saw a tweet the other day
"I
that
hear
I
it."
that was similar to that.
And you were like,
Yeah, I
I
was like,
hope
it's about time.
not. Nah. Scrubs are fun from afar. They're not fun when they're being interactive with you.
Oh no.
Because if it took you this long in life to get into your late 20s to be like, I want to get a job with benefits because of a woman, I can see I would have to raise you. And I am not your mother. So I don't want that.
Problem. I think
I'm
at
not
the
your mom.
very least, maybe like you already have a job. However, you're inspired to maybe make a plan. Like a
Mm,
maybe like a 10-year plan. You know? Like you're already there, but you were just coasting, you know?
mm.
And I'm happy I did that for you, but I shall not participate.
Yeah, there's a line.
I will not participate with the way this country is going. I feel that I feel like we all need to be a little bit more selective, and we need to have the bar. The bar needs to be up and it needs to stay there. So, um,
Which just made all of this that much harder. Because it's like,
yeah, I was like, ooh, because like what's so bad about this movie, and you can call me a hater. I don't care. Ain't never stopped me before. It did make me lose a whole point off of what this would have get. There are men just like this, and that is so sad and disappointing that that's what we have to choose from. And honestly, I'm disgusted by it. I am simply disgusted by these guys who expect so much submissiveness and things from women. I just want to say we need to bring back bullying because clearly there's a whole generation that made it without bullying, and now they think they're the shit. And he literally was like thinking he was hot shit. Okay. He said, I don't want to be with you no more. You're the worst thing. Da, 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 da. Okay, but you did.
You don't act brand new now.
Don't act like you're not the scrub that married her.
Okay.
Like, okay, if you say so. Like, oh, I'm scared. You hurt my feelings. Like,
Exactly.
the thing that I will give Robin in that moment when they were in the movies and he finally found out that Jamaica had heard from Dorothea that apparently they were still together, or in quotes or whatever. Thing that I will give him is that Robin immediately wanted to clear up the confusion and took Jamaica with him. It was like, Jamaica, you're coming with me. Let's talk to Dorothea. Let's handle it. That's it. Just the principle of wanting it to be done. I will give him that. But the
um,
words,
But he lied
words
first.
were
I was about to say he did that after he lied, and she didn't
that
believe
they
him.
weren't seeing each other at
He
night.
told, he told her no. He told her that was his landlord.
Wait, what? I
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you're scrolling on Instagram, Bobby. Yes. When they were in the movie theater, he told her that was his landlord.
Yeah. That's why she got up and left.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yes. Confirmed. If me and
Well, that's
Danielle both
fine.
saying it happened in the movie, he
Well,
definitely he decided to clear it up once he realized he couldn't lie about it anymore. That's when he cleared it up. Again.
wow.
And we don't know anything about him. He not moving around and acting like he got a job. So I really don't know why he is acting like he's the prize
I'm
here.
saying the whole time I'm curious about, like, clearly you don't got a car. So that's number one.
Which is crazy to offer somebody a ride and not have a car.
Like, what you
Right.
gonna do? You gonna steal one?
Where
That is club material.
where did he get that car from to take them to the thing? Because her car was red. That was a hoopty.
Oh, maybe it's just like a plot hole.
No, it wasn't there because he was like, "Oh, well, can I get a ride? Like,
Right. So
can you like go away? Like, you're like a mosquito. Like, you're annoying me. Like, there's a desperateness in it that he had that I feel like is almost like it was expected that he should have a chance with her because she should think he's a good man.
mhm,
But you're hitting on me at a funeral.
Yeah.
right.
And
Like,
even if you
where is
wanted her that bad, like you just like, oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm gonna see her again. We don't got the internet. Maybe what you could have done, just been like, hey, my name is Robin. What's your name? Um, actually, now that I'm saying this, I don't know what way would be appropriate to approach her. Because I do get the idea, like, oh my gosh, this is like my one chance. Like, I don't know what, you know, I don't
he
know.
didn't even try to approach her outside of it. Like he started approaching her in there, and then she just started walking away from him, and then he followed her. Which I'm
Yeah.
so glad we are out of the tradition of men following us, seeing as like something that's cute. Like I just saw a TikTok type video where it was like he was like, "Oh well, you know, you are so." I came in, I cooked you dinner, da, 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 and you worried about how did I get in your house? How did I get into the window? Da, da, da. Like
My
that is
God.
not you. Like,
Yeah,
and you have to break into my house. I don't want you.
yeah. That TikTok was like, you asking too many questions. Like, how did you get in here?
Like
Like,
that.
I was like, hello.
Like, what do you think this is? Hood love? Like, this is 2024, baby. Chicken is $20 for a 10 piece. This ain't hood love.
Okay. When he gave them $10 for a pizza, I laughed.
Me too.
I said,
Because
look,
I
I was
literally was
like,
like, what's
wow.
that gonna
10 is crazy because it's looking like 30 right now.
that's an
be?
8 piece. Boneless wing at Domino's. Like, hope you can split it.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Like, must be nice. But like, it really just felt like he was there to bring the bare minimum. And, she was there to grab it. And they were just, the only person in there that was worth even hoping that you get something out of it was Leon. And that was
Yeah.
it.
Leon deserved better.
Yeah.
He honestly deserves a mom better than that, personally. A mom that's not gonna have you around just men
Right.
just because. Like, why
Mhm.
would you like you
Him,
just met this man at a funeral, no doubt.
the
And
next
you've picked your child up and have your child meet him. Like, I guess y'all just wasn't afraid of people getting killed back then.
I don't know. Because I surely would not be having my son around some man that followed me out to my car at a funeral. Why am I going to put my child potentially in danger? And he's driving me somewhere in this random car. He could. What is stopping this man from swerving a different way and going to the woods? I'm just saying.
Honestly, I think the baby would beat him up.
That's true.
That was a grown that
That
was
was a
a
girl.
whole grown man. I thought that was hilarious.
Mhm.
That was a great thing. You know what I would like to see? I would be down for a Bebe's Kid TV show, but just with the kids. Like if they
Mm.
made a Bebe's Kids cartoon, but it was just the kids, shenanigans and like adventures, and I would be
Yeah.
down for that. I want the
Like
adult.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie, but make it black.
Yeah, like Ed and Eddie, but make it black and like we know what type of family, like they're never home because their mom's always working. Like I feel like it's something if we just take the adults out of it, take the adults out, take the man out. I don't care about him and trying to get some ass. I want to know what's happening up in this courtroom in the back of Fun World with these animatronics, Abraham Lincoln. That's what I want to
Mm.
know about.
Yeah, the Abraham Lincoln was crazy. I was like,
They were having a good
Random.
time.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Oh my God.
guess we'll never know. Any other notes? Any lowlights or great. Okay, so I guess that's it. I will say I do have a couple of like random things that I wrote down. First, the kids not being able to find their names to the gift store keychain. I related. heavily.
I felt that. I felt that
Right, because
strong.
I know you probably saw it, but it was always spelled wrong. So
It's always with an I. You
it was
can
always
never
with an
find
I.
it. Never
Um,
find it. I found it in New Orleans last year, and like a child, I bought it
oh, with an E.
with an E. I bought it because I was like, this is my one and only chance to get my
The
name
only
spelled correct.
one.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah, Danielle. There was
Danielle,
always a Danielle there.
I
Yeah.
literally, I saw that scene and I was like, well, I have a feeling Danielle
Well,
has no idea what this feels like.
I have a feeling Danielle's gonna be quiet during this time
Yep,
because
yep.
she didn't have a trouble finding her keychain.
I,
Hey,
I did.
huh?
But I honestly thought that the way you spell your name is how people just spell their name. I didn't realize that it was mostly BRI.
Girl, every Brianna default is spelled BRI. I have family members who know me since I was a baby and spelled BRI. I have coworkers right now that sees the way that my name is spelled on Teams and spells it BRI. People do not give a shit about my E.
They do not give a shit. I can relate. My name is often misspelled by family members as well. Coworkers, email, signatures, right there, right there,
Right there.
It's the
right there.
only thing for my name is that they always put Daniel. So that's it. They just don't know how to spell
Oh,
Daniel.
I've gotten Brennan a lot. I've
And
gotten
that is
Brennan. I've gotten
concerning.
Brandon.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
think they don't care.
and I'm like,
They
it's not,
don't.
I'm saying L, and they're like Daniel, and I'm like, you know what? Sure.
Something's wrong with them because you should know.
But
Danielle.
I'm Daniel today, you know?
Mm. They
I
just
feel
don't
like
care. At that point,
somebody called
somebody
me something.
listen,
At
in
work.
an email, somebody spelled my name as Booby. I am not even kidding. It was Boobi. Now,
Sorry.
I hate y'all. How dare you?
Oh wow. I maybe would have had a talk with them and said, hey, was this a typo?
It had to have been a typo. It's like because I just refuse to believe that you did that on purpose. There's
Was there
literally no
multiple
way.
people on the chain, or was it just you and that person?
It
There
was
was multiple.
multiple on the
Oh,
train.
I
And
wouldn't have said anything.
I
Wouldn't have said
saw
it.
it. I didn't say anything. And then when somebody had passed me, was like, I saw that. I said, yeah, me too.
I would have just let it
Yeah.
sit there. I just found I was looking at my teams to see because somebody just recently called my coworker a different name than their name and my name, and then we put it together. We said we're gonna make a TV show out of it. So I was on the phone with somebody and they called back and they said, yeah, I was talking to Belinda. And I said, I guess my name is Belinda now.
You?
Belinda.
I guess that's my name now.
Mm,
I
Yeah.
guess my name is Belinda.
You don't know
Didn't know.
Belinda?
Didn't know. I didn't know I had a D in my name at all, actually.
It's new.
I was like, oh, I guess I'm Belinda now. And
guess so.
You just gotta rock.
there's nothing like your coworkers finding out people calling you the wrong name because now they're just gonna call me Belinda and you Booby and you can't do anything about it. And you can't.
I was just like, wow.
It's the way that multiple people saw it. And like I would be, if I was that person, I would be so embarrassed. Like,
Man, listen, I will tell you off camera.
you know it didn't autocorrect to that. You just don't know how to spell Bobby. Like,
Honestly, I was just gonna say I have had an autocorrect issue before where I would spell this person's name right, and Apple good for doing this shit. After you done typing and send it, it'll switch their name, and
It
I didn't
will.
find out until like the fourth email that their name was spelled incorrect. I said, "Oh my goodness!"
Yikes.
And
Yeah,
she was
because
like, "Yeah, autocorrect does that."
dang.
I was like,
and
"Oh."
partially there's like some understanding there, but also it's just like super weird because my name autocorrects with a Y. And so every time I get an email with a Y, I'm just like, oh, fucking, maybe y'all should proofread. But I get that the autocorrect.
Here's the issue though. I don't know. sometimes Teams has this, but Google definitely has it where if somebody has their name in their signature, it will auto-populate. So how can
Yeah.
you still spell my name wrong?
All you have to
Like,
do is hit tab. Just press tab.
or the arrow, and it'll
Or the
just fill it
arrow.
in. Also, how
No,
did we get?
I brought
Oh, the
up the
key.
kid in the yeah.
Oh,
Um
I see.
yeah. That was the scene. I was like, yeah. Also, there was a very quick shot of LaShawn digging through Barbies until she found the black Barbie and kept it and was really happy with her black Barbie. I thought that was cute. Wrote that down. Why are we looking at children's butts? I wrote that down with many question marks. And then I said F
And then
them.
we look at children's butts.
The little one, the with the hoodie, his bare butt was shown. It was like very quickly. It was like it was. That's it. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't even remember what scene it was. We don't even need to get into it. I was just like, why? So that's it. So, any final words, or we can just get into ratings, or all right. So, oh, okay. So this has been another episode. Wait, I'm in the wrong part of the script.
Might have missed something there, buddy. You might have
Okay,
missed
y'all.
might have missed
What are
something
our final ratings?
there. Friend.
What are the ratings?
So yeah, this movie was one, I think, I don't know which one of y'all explained it, but saying that this is something that you could put on BET on Thanksgiving Day and like put it as background noise, I completely agree with that. I don't think this is something that I would be like, let me sit down and watch Bebe's Kids. Like, I don't necessarily need to see it again. I saw it, yay. Um, it had its funny moments. It was cute. It was entertaining at times, but it just wasn't all that to me. Like it wasn't anything groundbreaking. I see how the Proud Family could have gotten inspiration from it, and I love that because I love the Proud Family. This love is a very strong word, and I wouldn't even put that word in this category. But I would give it a ranking of 2.5 out of 5 hot combs.
I would also give it a 2.5. I'm giving it the 0.5 for the music because I enjoyed that song.
Serious.
I also enjoyed the riverboat scene. You know, Black people gonna have ourselves an R&B slow jam song, and I love the animation in it. I thought it was very cute. I thought it was a very smart way to show them still going through it, but also the other women still following them. You know, this is a movie where you don't have to think too much, and I think sometimes we need those. Um, this is definitely a movie what I would not just put on a regular Saturday. But definitely like if you had a bunch of people on over and you needed like some black films to play, I feel like Baby's Kids would be just enough to keep the kids entertained because they really wouldn't know what's going on. But I don't really think that the adults would really be watching it. And I stand by the fact that we need a Baby's Kids show. I would love to have a cartoon, just the show of the kids, almost like Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Give me Phineas and Ferb with Bebe's Kids. And I guarantee you, I think adults will watch that. If it was something that was, spearheaded by those who spearheaded stuff like Adult Swim, not Adult Swim, I'm sorry, Robot Chicken and like the Boondocks and Venture Bros, that area of Adult Swim, they could do an Adults Bebe's Kids. And I think it would be the perfect audience because I don't know how other people feel about this movie, but there's no nostalgia aspect to it at all. So I feel like it can just be watched. Um, but I stand by my original statement. I don't really feel like this should be a movie kept in the Black people vault forever. I feel like it should not be accessible other than to the people who were the voices of like the cops and the other kids. Y'all got rights to see it because you was in it. But outside of that, I feel like it's what happens when Black inside jokes don't stay inside.
Yeah. Well, I would have to agree. I actually did rate it a 2.5 on Letterboxd, and so I'm keeping it a 2.5 here. It was just okay. You know, I got my jokes where I got them. So I was satisfied in that aspect. Oh, also, I did like that black and white animation style of
That's what I'm talking
Robin.
about. With
Okay,
the
yeah.
music, you're like going through the seasons and
Yeah,
like
that was
very cute.
cute.
Very
That was
cute.
super cute. But that was it. You know, I don't know, it's just I probably wouldn't watch it again unless somebody else put it on. But I would
Mm.
watch it if it was there.
It depends on what scene they on. If they on the scene with the kids in the back with the half animatronics, I would watch it. Um, but I feel like I was just very disinterested in the male character. So give me the kids.
Yeah. Well, looks like that has been another episode of the box office here. Sorry.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I just choked on my spit. Okay. All right. That has been another episode of the box office here on the Hot Combs and Popcorn podcast. Thank you all for listening. Again, I have been Bobby.
I'm Danielle.
And I'm Brianna, not Belinda.
Period.
Yes. And if you haven't already done so, please follow and subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere else you get your content. And let us know. Have you seen Bebe's Kids? And did you see it when it first came out? And what are your thoughts on it? And also, let us know what movie you would like to see us review. And as you guys know, those streetlights are about to come on, so we have got to go. We'll see you next time, same same place. Goodbye, everybody.